I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Studying starting! Okay! Give me just a moment. We are... Ooh, why are you red like that?
What a wild ride this has been.
Well, that's a very blunt question.
Hello. Give me just a moment. I am yet again trying to get audio set up. I was trying to get audio set beforehand, but it's kind of hard to when the game is playing in the background.
And have confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see it.
So,
The people
give me just a
never
moment.
happy. It's never enough.
Also, some imagery might be disturbing currently, so content warning. Blip. Hey Toasty. Give me just a moment. I'm trying to get it all set up. So you maybe see a little bit of background noise here a moment.
Slaves were just in prettier cages.
Oh, Megan. We're only getting started. Good evening. I'm Megan Wolf.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Studying starting! Okay, I think I'm going to turn it down. The game down just a smidge. If you cannot hear it, let me know, Toasty. If you are paying attention. Okay, I'm turning it down like just 0.05. Actually, let's go ahead and just turn it down to 0.10. Okay, there you go. Alright, if you have any issues, let me know.
Keep you safe.
But now you start to see it. The people never happy. It's never enough.
There you go. Enter profile name. We're gonna call ourselves Throw It Back. Alright, here we go. Hey, if you're watching this in the future, I am playing Not for Broadcast. As far as I know, it's a game where you are the live broadcast editor and you're broadcasting, editing in the moment. So you're kind of in control of all the content that's going out on air. And it's kind of like you have choices to make depending on what you show on screen, which may or may not be allowed. So we shall get into it then. Okay. I also, the reason the title of this didn't close properly. Continue. Oh, well, interesting. Additional content. You do not own content uninstalled. Progress in story to unlock. Telephone. Okay.
And have
Alright.
confidence that the team will keep you safe.
But now you start to see
Yeah.
it.
So apparently this game is
It's never enough.
Cannot believe you do that.
all about paying attention to what you're doing, which I am very bad at. So this is why the title of the stream itself is like, oh no, multiple things happening at once. So I have a feeling I'm gonna be like, oh no, there's multiple things happening at once. Just so I am aware of that. All right, let's get into it. And all right, that's what it
Good evening.
back. There we go.
And I'm Jeremy Jones. Our main headlines tonight.
Intern, less challenging. Non-broadcast mechanics are less demanding. Viewers don't switch off so easily. Broadcaster recommended. A balanced experience. Non-broadcast mechanics and viewer ratings provide a reasonable challenge. Showrunner, a real challenge. Non-broadcast mechanics are more frequent and more difficult.
Well, that's a very blunt.
Okay, so we are going to broadcaster. Because I'm here to fail.
Friends and neighbors. And have
Okay.
confidence that the team will keep you safe.
Okay.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh. You got it. Full fast forward and rewind controls are now available in the archive. Oh. Alright. They won the election. Oh. Turn right? Oh. Oh. I don't like that. It's not a horror game, but I don't like that.
Hi, David. I have a call for you. I'm just putting it through.
Oh, I'm David.
All right, mate. Dave here. Listen, I know you've only come in to clean up the place, but I've got a bit caught up, so you're going to have to run the news tonight. Now, don't worry. It's not hard, and I'm going to stay on the phone and help you. First, I'm going to give you a quick tour of the broadcast room, so if you're not doing it already, look forwards towards all those screens.
Great.
Right, look up at the top.
From the janitor?
That coloured bar is your audience. You want to keep the viewers going up and not down.
Okay.
Underneath that, you've got the screens. The one on the right is the broadcast screen. That's what the viewers are seeing at home. It's only a couple of seconds behind the master screen there in the middle. That's the one you control. Now, the four small screens on the left show the different signals coming from the studio, and you can choose between them using the numbered buttons on the vision mixer at the bottom left.
Is that hotkey?
I'll talk you through it and you'll pick it up in no time. Now, have a look to your left. These plugs control everything in the studio.
Oh no.
I've left them set up for you, so provided you haven't fiddled with them, all you have to do now is throw the master trip switch and we're in business. Once you've got the power on, face the front again.
Oh no.
You can see on the broadcast screen that we're in the end titles for the show before us. Fortunately, they go on for fucking ages, so there's plenty of time for me to explain. Oh, right, okay, they're over, so we haven't got long now till the broadcast.
Oh,
right,
fuck
quickly,
me.
mate, look down under the desk. You can see a load of videotapes on the left. They're your adverts. Pick any three and load them into the machines on the right. When you've done that, look up
It
to
says
the
some ham
front again.
sales. Come to me, Bumblebee. Crazy Neely.
Right, won't be long now till the signal starts coming through from the station. Stay on your toes.
Oh, oh, oh no.
The election, so we better
Why am I nervous? This is a game. I'm so nervous.
When you get the signal, select screen 1 with the vision mixer and we're ready to go.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
Okay.
See if we make it out.
Oh,
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist.
Going 5, 4.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight.
Okay, we're all good. Next thing is going to be to throw to the news titles on screen 2. There'll be a countdown, but I'll count you in as well. Just relax, mate. It's all gravy.
Buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch
Okay.
about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this
9,
fledgling party
8,
have to say on their
7,
historic
6, 5,
Button 2
4,
in 3,
3, 2, 1.
Lovely, mate.
Oh.
Next thing is to throw back to Jeremy with button 1 when that globe in the middle shrinks down and vanishes.
Okay, when it shrinks out of advantages. Got it. Hot sauce. Ooh. Okay.
Here it comes. Switch to screen 1. Lovely, mate.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance.
We often get a bit of interference around this time, mate. Keep your eye on the machine at the bottom right.
What?
Use that slider that's flashing or your scroll wheel to move the wave up and down, keeping the green bit in the white bit.
But critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague.
Okay.
The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming
Oh
mandate,
no.
but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary
Great, it's going well. All you've got to do now is play the advert at the end of the segment. Make sure you don't play it too early or we'll all get fired. Now the clock at the top is counting you down to the advert. When it reaches 0, press one of the 3 play ad buttons over there at the bottom right. I normally play the first one at the first break and so on, but you can play them in any order you want.
We'll go
I'll
backwards.
count you into it as well, but keep your eye on the clock.
To hear the
Okay.
co-leader's acceptance speech.
And 3, 2, 1, advert.
1 minute back, everybody. Jeremy, I need you to fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late.
Oh,
I thought I'd ask him about the election.
personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. It's all right, he doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wicked. We made it to the first ad break. You're doing great, mate. But this is where it starts getting a bit trickier. This next sequence is what we call a multicam sequence. 'Cause you're going to be cutting between multiple cameras to keep things interesting. A lot of it's down to personal taste. But here's 3 good rules of thumb. 1.
Say on who's talking.
Keep the shot on whoever is doing the talking. 2. Don't stay on the same shot for too long. 10 seconds at the most. So if you're on the person who's talking, try and throw in the odd reaction shot or pull out to the wide shot for a bit just to keep it interesting. 3. Don't stay on reaction shots for too long. A couple of seconds is usually enough. Then the audience want to see who's doing the talking, yeah? Stick to these rules and you'll be fine.
Cool.
It's not as complicated as it sounds.
Cool.
You've seen programs on television, haven't you?
No.
Those. Might as well get screen 1 selected now. No need to wait for the broadcast to start. Try and stay ahead, mate.
We're coming back from the break. Quiet
Oh, I
in
can
the studio.
censor. Oh.
Thank you so much. 10 seconds, everybody. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first,
Get ready to go to Megan on screen 4.
is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare
Right,
to
go
the
to Blunderclatch on screen 3 when she says his name.
Day by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is a moment.
Switch to 2 for the
5.
wide now.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Right, now just try and stay on whoever's talking.
Latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Rat, that's Peter Jensen, the director.
Give us a look at Megan's reaction.
He's a wonderful
Lovely.
chap.
Now back to Thunder Twat.
Worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
That is a beautiful question, Megan. And not easy to answer. Like you, I'm afraid. Cut me, and I will bleed.
Oh God.
Often, that's how it feels, doesn't it? Doesn't it? Bleeding, giving, suffering for one's audience. I suppose in the end, I do it for the difference it makes. I do it for the people that I inspire, the little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change, it looks like, in the coming few months. what do you make of this historic election result?
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking. Historic election result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, that one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Shit, he swore. Oh, well, don't worry, he won't do it again.
Sorry, I said fuck.
Shit, he did it again. Okay, don't panic. I'll explain how to deal with swearing at the break.
Opens next week.
Right,
around
they've swapped the shot of Jeremy on screen 1 for a VT of the movie clip. You'll get a countdown on the screen.
I already switched to it.
Cue you in.
My character, Dr. Lodds Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
Cool, looks like Blunderclash is losing it in the studio, but we ain't got time for that. There's more interference coming. It's a bit tricky this time, mate. Use that little flashing joystick to the left of the knob, or hold down your middle mouse or Alt on your keyboard, and as the frequency changes, match it to the white bit by dragging.
Oh, shoot. Alt, left, alt, oh.
Right. No, mate. Drag right.
Okay, okay.
Now we're going to squash the frequency back by dragging left.
No, Liz, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Les to you, Miss Flanagan.
Oh, don't. Why are we hitting people?
Jubbly, mate.
For you, baby.
Next, we're going to change the amplitude. Same as last time. Little joystick or hold Alt or middle mouse, and this time push upwards. Upwards, mate. Upwards.
Oh, I'm doing it.
I'm drowning.
Oh, like that. Not the wheel, not the mouse.
Right, now let's match it back by going downwards.
The virus. The sterility. This formula, this is the key.
That making me
Bad. You'll get it with practice.
making me work at it. Oh, we're done apparently.
At the end of the clip, you'll want to play another ad.
Okay, we're
Remember
busy.
to use the clock at the top to count you in.
Okay. Okay. Three, 2, 1, bye.
Right, I guess I better explain how to deal with bleeping out swear words. As you've probably noticed, the broadcast screen, here, is about 2 seconds behind the master screen, here. When someone says a naughty word, the bleep button lights up, like this. 2 seconds later, you'll hear that swear word going out on the broadcast, and you need to hold down the bleep button, or the space bar on your keyboard, for as long as the swear word lasts. It can take a bit of practice getting used to hearing 2 things at once. Just stay calm and you'll get it. Just above the button, you'll literally be able to see the sound scrolling by. All you gotta do is hold it down while the red bit is over the red
Oh,
line.
the red bit.
Simple.
Okay, cool.
Of course, if you do it by eye, you'll have to take your eye off the screens. That's why real professionals do it by ear.
Okay.
Most people like to have the volume of the broadcast screen a little bit below the master screen. Let's set it now. As you turn it up, you'll hear the advert getting louder. Good. You're set to start censoring. Like I say, it takes a little practice, but I'll try and help you through it, and soon we'll have you bleeping like a pro. Remember,
Good.
button lights up, count 1, 2, and hold it down.
On the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding natural interest. Isn't it time your
Remember to select screen 1 now that you've got the feed. Don't wait for the broadcast to go live. That's too late. You can use the number buttons on your keyboard, 1 to 4.
Running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advanced Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Cut to the outside broadcast. Oh shit, it's pissed. Get ready to bleep.
Well, thank you all for coming. And, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying southern bastard trick they had against us. But you,
Nice.
you saw right through their shit.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebrations. Sorry about that.
Oh.
Memorably put.
I didn't even know he bleeped.
But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign,
I was gonna drink water. Apparently that's not happening.
a political party. A party's what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They should be putting their shitting pants on and opening their dusty checkbook.
Again, colourfully put.
Oops. Should bleep everybody out.
Before we came out here to address the nation, we knew going
Shoot.
to pass the Assets and Wealth Act.
Ugh.
Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
Oh my god, hi.
Probably you rather you don't.
Oh,
Because the likes of you and me
oh,
are not
whoops.
welcome in their
Sorry, apparently this is chaos. Yes, it is absolute chaos. I can't tell what's going on. Oh, got it.
No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative.
I can't even look at the chat for too long.
Unavoidable set of tax laws.
Oops.
So all you bastard public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back? You want to leave like you threatened before the election? That's fine. But first, you're going to pay us. You're going to pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards of us all.
The pundits said we'd have to raise billions. But you'll see when we've reclaimed what's ours, that's absolute ferret shite.
Okay.
To you posh twats.
The people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs. The people
Was
whose
it-
children you raise.
So they've got time to get even fucking richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
I'm definitely gonna have to look at the red bar on the screen. There's no way I can't do it otherwise.
And your vineyards.
I am.
Today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of...
Whoops! I just switched it to that guy real quick.
And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then, ladies and gents, I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new...
Bleep you out.
That's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh.
Peaceful Jeremy Donaldson.
One.
Have a peaceful...
Looks like you've got it now. Thanks for all the help, mate. I've got to go. Ferry's about to leave. Probably won't be coming back. Job's yours, mate.
What? Oh no!
This is some weird fever dream, and I'm dying now.
Now you can have me, Johnny.
So lucky.
Right there in your
I'll see you tomorrow night.
I'm not coming for a drink.
No, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Broadcasting, please. Challenge room unlocked.
I'll take you through it.
He's. Alright. Chaos has somewhat ended. I don't know if I click continue, if I'll just start the chaos again, or if I'll have a moment to talk. So we're just gonna talk a little bit now, okay? What? The nosy photographer. So anyway, so it sounds like Dave here that's left us hanging, as we are the janitor, is leaving out of the country because of this whole new party change. This should be fun. Cool, 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 cool.
Every exercise is recommended by sports professionals.
I hate that exercise thing that's happening right now. All right. Are you ready for more chaos? Let's go. The couples.
With Johnny Hamsley.
I'm so glad I saved that one for last.
When the program's finished, you'll get a broadcast report. It's 3 pages. This first page shows you how well the broadcast went. Each sequence and
Oh.
grade.
See.
Grades mean bonuses, and they keep the boss happy.
You're still on the phone with me?
More about how it went. Select more info. If not, select continue to move to the next page.
Alright, let's look at more info.
Right, this is an optional section for when you really want to understand what happened during the show. You got a graph there showing you what the audience did. They're a fickle fucking bunch. And of course, you can really drill into the
Exceedingly
details
poor
if you
edit.
wanna
Thank
get
you.
better at making TV. I never came here, never once.
I never looked at it.
Right, this is the important page. It tells you how much you're going to get paid
Current
and
wealth,
how much
broke
you
ass
have
poor.
overall.
Woman should be cussing.
Shows you the financial state of our main
Oh, it's too bad. Too late. Not with this one.
cleaner, for God's sake, so why would you care?
This is so funny. Alright. Let's go back to the chaos.
This is the last page, and it tells you the state of the world, tells you how well the government's doing, and down the bottom there, this one's important, tells you what Channel 1 currently thinks of you. In other words, what the boss thinks.
Okay, I just was a janitor.
Alright, mate, welcome to the archive. This is where you can have a quick look back at what you've done and how it looked to the public. There's 3 sections: broadcast, rushes, and adverts. Let's start with broadcast. Click on it now. Over on the left, that's all the broadcasts that you've done. Click on any one of them and hit load tape. Once it's finished loading, you can use the rewind and the fast forward at the bottom there to help you get to the bit you want to see.
Oh. There.
In a few moments, we'll be going live to tonight's national nightly news. But before that, let's take a look at what's coming up later on tonight on Channel 1. At 7 o'clock, it's the semi-final of the...
Go, my chipmunk.
Hopeful or hostile. Controversy as global mega corporation Remington's Fist buys Honest Andy's Totally Independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate as popular footballer Johnny Hamsleeves wins Sports Personality of the Year. And a spoonful of sugar. Megan will be chatting with movie star Lawrence Blunderclatch about his new movie, The Medicated. And, of course, we'll be going live to Advance headquarters to hear what the leaders of this fledgling party have to say on their historic victory. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Okay.
With an astonishing 81 policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat to Advance's overwhelming mandate, but have yet to appear publicly. However, former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffries has issued a statement in which he comments that we have all been seduced by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the contents of the box. Sounds like sour grapes to me, Jeff. After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office sensation that is Lawrence Blunderclatch. And later in the program, we'll be going live to Advance HQ to hear the co-leaders...
Now you skipping over the plot? You want me to go back and do it? Fine. We'll go back. We'll listen to the plot.
But first, the votes are in and it's a decisive win for Advance. The landslide victory, with an astonishing 81% of the popular vote, is the biggest election win in living memory. Advance appealed to voters up and down the country with their bold promises of permanent change, but critics have accused him of a severe lack of actual policies and of being deliberately vague. The opposition parties have all conceded defeat.
So basically, they made a bunch of promises, but we're not like, hey, this is what we're going to do, I guess.
Former Home Secretary Geoffrey Jeffries has issued a
And
statement
apparently
with
they're
comments that
I guess they're keeping
"We have
people
all
from
been
leaving the
seduced
country,
by the shiny wrapping paper, but have yet to see the
which is
content
why
of
the
it."
guy had our job
Sounds
booked
like
it.
sour grapes to me,
Just
Jeff.
knocked something over. Hold on.
After the break, Megan Wolf will be speaking to a man whose grapes certainly aren't sour, the international heartthrob and inexplicable box office acceptance speech.
We've already heard this part. Okay.
Welcome to Crazy Sofas, red sofas, brown cushions, pink cushions. You've got a grey sofa.
I wonder if
You've
there's any
got a
plot.
black sofa. In a grey, a brown, a pink, a yellow, a purple. Deals are unreal. You've got people coming over at Christmas. You've got an aunt. She's going to leave a stain on the sofa. You don't want her sitting on this white sofa. She's going to have to sit on the dark sofa. This is the deal with Neil Appeal. You want to throw your money at us? We'll give you a leather sofa for a price that is just crazy. If you've got lightning striking, then strike whilst the lightning is hot. You've got a disused sofa. We don't care if it's smelly, stuck in front of your telly, full of welly. We'll take that shit away. Don't make a meal out of it. Make a deal out of it. We got
I like how-
a deal on a big ass chair. We've got white
Apparently
chairs,
ass
blue
is wrong.
chairs, stools,
Oh.
inflatable chairs. This is a crazy deal with Neil Appeal.
Why
You
by
don't want
listening?
no lame ass chair. You want a great chair.
Yeah. It's a lot of cussing.
His young daughter, and he wanted her to have the best chair. We got those chairs. We got more of those chairs. We got tall chairs, chairs on wheels,
Uh-huh.
chairs. We got chairs.
All the
with
chairs.
Chairs made out of steel. Chairs that are a steal and a deal. We got those chairs. You want crazy? We got crazy. Crazy Neil's got crazy deals. You want a toilet? We can do you a toilet. We can do you a toilet next to a chair. We can do you a chair next to a toilet. Hell, we can even do you a toilet chair. So you come on down, you bring your ass, we've got it, you want it. You want it, we've got it, you want
No,
it.
we
You
don't.
pay us. You want it, we've got
That's
it,
what-
you want it. You want it, we've got it, you pay us.
Oh my goodness. I'm so glad you like it,
To the
Dusty.
National Nightly News. Later, we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first, our very own culture reporter, Megan Wolf, is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shopbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thank you so
My
much.
dear, I do hope you believe me when I tell you that being with you here today is among the greatest joys of my life.
May I say, having you here with us is among ours.
Bless you.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to
So,
Peter Jensen, the director.
me like, who's talking? Switch.
I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful.
I'll move
I
that
said to
away.
Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic. And am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that a challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last
Look at her
starring
face.
role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but obviously who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it for the awards, although those 3 little statues do take pride of place on my mantelpiece.
3?
With all the others, I'm sure. So, if you're not doing it for the awards, what is it then that drives you?
Money.
Oh, that is a beautiful question, Megan, and not easy to answer. Like you,
I just want to know why he decided to match.
and I will bleed.
And why he just...
That's how it
Who
feels,
picked the
doesn't it?
dark couches?
Bleeding.
Who picked the set design?
Suffering.
It's
For
what...
what it
Look at...
I suppose in the end, I do it for the different reasons. I do it for the people that I inspire. The little people. But most of all, I think I do it for the positive change that I can bring about in the world.
And today, of course, we're in for some real change.
So you missed the beginning because you didn't tell you started? Oh well.
What do you
It's
make
okay.
of this historic
It was
election
chaos.
result?
Well, you didn't really miss much. Chaos is what chaos
you're
gets.
asking. Historic election
yeah.
result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well,
That's
very difficult. But,
they got it from Neil, of course.
It's been quite clear
Should have
when
known.
it comes to politics that one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Yes, well,
Sorry, I said fuck.
No.
I'm really apologize.
Well,
Sorry.
Lawrence, I believe you brought in a clip which opens.
That's me effing up. Listen, I wasn't clicking the 1, 2, 3 because I have 1, 2, 3, 4 like number keys on my mouse, and I was using that, and of course I accidentally clicked the wrong one.
I don't understand it.
Look at the hair flip! Oh, gorgeous. You missed the sensor. Oh! Oh, the interference. Of course.
Nolans, we mustn't. Think of Carol.
That's Dr. Lance to you, Miss Flanagan.
Why slap her? Because she didn't want to.
Did it for you, baby. All for you.
Dr. Hemlock.
We're gonna change the world, do you remember? Only I listened to you.
Dr. Hemlock.
You told me, but I didn't listen.
Doctor.
I'm drowning, Lance, you said.
You need to see this.
No, it's all too late.
Look at this!
The virus. The sterility. This formula. This is the key.
We could stop it all.
Yes, we could stop it all. We have to ask ourselves if
we should.
It's so dumb. I love it. Just, yeah, stare more into the camera. This Christmas.
Where can you get warm, sandy beaches, clear waters, and fine dining?
Uh-huh.
Well, we're not sure, but here in St. Bumley on the Taint, we've got a big hill that bus comes twice daily.
Uh-huh.
Visit picturesque St. Bumley this summer.
Oh,
and
no.
experience a holiday that's simply unlike any.
I bet it looks certainly like it.
Come and visit the abandoned spade factory. Your kids will love exploring the old production line in relative safety. Grab your tetanus shots and come down today. There's no gift shop, but feel free to grab an old handle from the skip out the back. Or why not indulge your cultured side and visit some of our sites of historic interest?
Who paid for this advertisement?
Currently the subject of a thrilling police investigation. The Old Market, home of the fairly big cabbage, or the Hole. Hey, that's a nice hole.
That's a nice hole!
And after a long day exploring Bumley, you can relax in comfort in one of 2 communal tents. Or you could take advantage of our famous nightlife.
Uh-huh.
There's a radio in the calf, or on Fridays we gather to watch tramps fight. Come on, Harold, you scruffy old meth head.
Ah!
Only 85 minutes from the coast, and with more than 2 areas of outstanding natural interest. Isn't it time your family went... And hey, if you come in the dry season, we've got a car park. St. Bumley, on the Taint.
This game is so unhinged. Oh, should I even be playing this on YouTube? Oh no. Oh my goodness.
Welcome back.
Welcome
I'm
back.
told we can now go live to Advanced Headquarters, where the 2 leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Okay, well, thank you all for coming, and, well, where do I start? What a day.
They said we couldn't do it.
They certainly did.
They used every dirty, low-down, lying trick they had against us, but you...
Ass is not a problem,
the people,
bastard is.
You saw right through there.
I'm sorry about the language there.
Sorry about that. I've had a couple of celebratory pints. Makes me coarser than a granny.
memorably
Fanny?
put. But to be honest, who can blame Peter for celebrating? Throughout the campaign, you've heard us say that Advance are not a political party. A party is what you have when things are going well. When the country is suffering, you don't need a party. You need a team. A team that can change things. But today is day one of a new future. A better, fairer future. So perhaps we should all be celebrating.
Except for the rich. For them, the party's over. They shouldn't be celebrating. They're putting pants on and opening their dusty checkbooks.
Again, colourfully put, but not inaccurate. Before we came out here to address the nation, we used our executive powers to pass the Assets and Wealth Act. Working with the tax office, we have produced a definitive list of every person in the country with wealth into the millions.
You know the sort of probably you rather you don't. Because the likes of you and me are not welcome in their gated communities.
Tomorrow we will be introducing a sweeping reform of the tax system in this country. No more hiding wealth offshore, no more trust funds or creative accounting. A simpler, fairer, unavoidable set of tax laws.
So all you public school snobs have got nowhere to hide. And earlier today, we revoked your passports. You want them back.
I played with the volume. Do I need to make it smaller or louder?
But first, you're gonna pay up. You're gonna pay back.
Advance are going to turn this country from a nation of warring individuals into a team. To properly fund health and education. To raise the living standards.
The games are usually really loud for me, so I have to turn my headset down.
Said we'd have to raise billions.
So I don't know how it is coming out on your end. Is it really loud?
That's
Still?
Absolute ferret. So to you posh
the people who pay you a pittance to serve them drinks in their private clubs, the people whose children you raise.
So they've got time to get even richer.
Advance have this to say to you.
It ends today.
We are coming for your sports cars and your mansions and your vineyards.
It ends today.
We will put the wealth of this country back where it should have always been. In the hands of... Yes, it ends today.
Oh.
And tomorrow, we'll start making it fair again. Just like we promised we would.
And until then...
Oh, the sound's been going up, down, broadcast. No, I'm not playing with that volume.
I can't argue with that.
So that's the game.
Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance, and our apologies for the fruity language. Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble.
Mm-hmm.
So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
Hi, I'm world-class sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves, and I'm not fat, but you are.
Don't worry, ladies. Now you can have me, Johnny Hamsleeve, right there in your
Oh my goodness, I hate it.
I'll take you through a proper match day workout with my two cracking assistants. Who knows, within a few weeks, you could be as fit as them.
Okay, let me see if I can see what's going on with that audio then. Just a moment.
Did you know that fat people are less likely to laugh, marry, or live past the age of 26? These potentially true statistics are all terrifying reasons why you need to pop a bit of Johnny in your VHS slot. Every exercise is recommended by sports professionals and is 72% likely to get rid of those tricky tummies and cruel cellulite.
Get match fit
with Johnny Hamsleeves.
Okay. Sorry. I was just going back and listening to some of the earlier stuff. Back.
Click on rushes and let's have a look at those. Right, this is the rushes route. It's pretty simple. The 4 screens you can see, they're going to show you the 4 signals you got from the studio during the actual broadcast. Difference is you can mute any combination of them, so you can have a listen to the stuff you weren't allowed to show. Select the broadcast and give it a go. And when you're done listening to the backstage secrets, hit back.
Oh yes. Okay, this is the part I would want to listen to.
Prawn and mayonnaise?
You know, seafood makes me go out in pustules.
Yeah, thought it might increase our viewing figures.
Every day. You offer me prawns every day.
10 seconds, everybody. That's how I show love.
You're trying to kill me.
And yet you persist. Going in 5, 4.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Our main stories tonight. Moving on up. The election win that experts said just couldn't happen. Hopeful or hostile. Controversy as global mega corporation Remington's Fist buys Honest Andy's...
Okay. Give me a moment. Okay, that one sounded fine. Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to see what's going on with the audio. I do know that when YouTube's done this, started to do this thing where they'll try to like remove any audio they think is copyrighted, but I don't think that should be happening with a stream. And I don't think it lowers the audio, it just makes it sound weird. Okay, continue. Head 4. Alright. Do you want me to turn it up, Toasty? Let me know. And I can turn it up a little bit.
Totally independent and corners the flowered market. Top chat. Sports fans everywhere celebrate it.
Okay, we know about this one.
That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News. Seriously, that prick blunderclatch on election night?
Yeah, Megan's pretty pissed off too.
I'm not surprised. The bloke with no democracy, he's shutting his cornflakes.
Yeah, but he's hot though.
I suppose so, into oxygen thieves.
10 seconds, everybody. Your fragility is leaking. 5, 4, 3.
That's pretty great.
But first, the votes are in, and it's a decisive win for Advance. The issued a statement.
Okay.
Election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to
fill after the ads.
What? Why?
Wanker Snatch is running late. Oh, I thought I'd ask
Wanker
him about
Snatch.
the election.
Personally, I wouldn't try to confuse him with any big words.
That's the same policy we use with you. I thought that was our little secret. That's all right. He doesn't remember anything I tell him.
I'm deeply uncomfortable with your burgeoning friendship.
Love you too.
Yeah.
All right. Stop. Oh, okay. Play.
These aren't my cards. Please tell me these aren't my cards.
No, they're the right ones, apparently.
But this gives me nothing, Jenny. They must see that.
Oh no, I think they think he won't have anything to say.
Oh, for God's sake, come on. It's a huge day. He's not an...
Absolute bonehead. I don't care, Rob. I'm not doing it. I agreed to do one beastly interview a day. I made that completely clear when we started. Check my contract.
Hi, I'm Megan.
Oh, piss off. You're on thin, bloody ice, Rob. Whole wheat, man. Whole wheat.
Thank you so much.
10 seconds, everybody.
Wow.
Counting in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. Later we'll be hearing from shock election winners Advance. But first, our very own culture reporter, Megan Wolf, is here with a star of both stage and screen. Megan?
Thank you, Jeremy. Megan Wolf, culture correspondent. And today I have a guest who starred in everything from Shakespeare to the Shopbot films. I'm very excited to be joined today by none other than Lawrence Blunderclatch. Thank you so much for coming on.
Oh, my dear.
I
do hope you believe me when I tell you that being...
No wonder she's like making all those faces at him. He was very rude to her.
So you've just finished filming your latest movie, which is called The Medicated.
The Medicated, yes.
Wow, what was that like?
Well, as I said to Peter at the Wrap, that's Peter Jensen, the director. Do you know him? He's a wonderful chap, he really is. I've worked with him on several movies, all terribly successful. I said to Peter, what a wild ride this has been. And do you know what, Megan? I really meant that.
Wow, that is fantastic.
I mean,
am I right in saying that the character you play in this movie is quite an academic one?
Absolutely right. A scientist.
Was that...
Okay, hold on. I'm going to turn it up a smidge. Sorry if I'm going to burst your eardrums out here. I'm turning the game up just a little bit. Alright.
A challenge at all?
What exactly are you implying? But seriously, yes, you're right. It was a complete departure from my last starring role when I played Sergeant Brock Rockman in Bullet Man. You'll remember that that was the true story of one soldier's fight for a love that surpasses all others. A love, of course, for freedom. I think it's grossed over $1 billion, but honestly, who's counting?
It's a role that saw you scoop 2 Best Actor awards, if I remember correctly.
It's so sweet of you to mention it, but I really am not in it.
Alright, we've already seen this part. Alright. What we want is the part after we cut away. That's what I want to see.
Oh, well. Well, now you're asking.
Because, like, I assume he's rich, so he'd have a problem
election
with...
result. Indeed. Historic is the word. Well, it's difficult, isn't it? Very difficult. But I think I've always been quite clear that when it comes to politics, one should always strive to not fuck things up.
Yes, well...
Sorry, I said fuck.
No.
I'm really...
Well,
sorry.
Lawrence, I believe you brought in a clip from The Medicated, which opens next week around the country.
Medicated.
Lawrence, do tell us what's going on here.
I'd be delighted. This is a really pivotal scene where my character, Dr. Lance Hemlock, is faced with a decision that could affect humanity's very survival.
Exciting stuff. Let's take a look.
And we're out.
Rob, get the car, we're out of here.
Mr. Blunderclatch,
No! I'm shutting this down. What kind of operation are you people running?
Mr. Blunderclatch, I understand you're upset, but we can...
You don't know the half of it. Rob!
Why are you
Never go
upset?
sit. Send up a bottle of scotch and a whole ham. It's in my contract.
Why is he upset?
I'm sorry. I just had to. I had to. Well, go on then. Say it.
What?
I told you so.
Your hair looked nice.
See, this is why you're single.
Because she asked him about a politics question? Okay.
Apparently he's been drinking since lunchtime.
Christ, he's unliability in the best of times.
I know. God help whoever has to bleep this. 10 seconds, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
And a TV personality running the country. Seriously?
We've had worse. 5, 4, 3.
So a lawyer and a TV
Welcome
personality.
back. And I'm told we can now go live to Advance headquarters, where the two leaders, Peter Clement and Julia Salisbury, are about to make their acceptance address.
Shall I start?
Go for it, Pat.
Okay.
I gotta hit the source this one. It's green.
Alright, we already watched their thing, what they said. So we're just gonna watch them watching it, I guess.
No, party, team spirit, all that bother.
Swearing.
They're just suddenly watching it. Okay. So I'm just there's a lot of watching going on here. Sorry if you heard the jaw popping.
Incursion on personal matters. Whoa, now that is serious. Yeah, stopping people moving. That is outrageous. Whoever and whatever they are. They can't do it.
Said we'd have to raise billions. You'll see when we reclaim what's ours. That's absolute ferret shite. So to you posh the people who pay what people deserve, rich in their private welfare, the people whose children you raise. So they've got time to get even fucking richer. The marks have this to say to you. It ends today. We are coming to the most hard and the righteous area of the land.
Yes, and so.
This is where I accidentally jump scared some people at one point. Ugh.
I suggest we all get pissed.
I can't argue with that. Thank you for your time.
Well, an interesting acceptance speech there from the leaders of Advance. And our apologies for the fruity language.
Okay.
Hopefully we got that bleeped out for you in time. If not, someone's going to be in trouble. So, as the country braces itself for new government, that's all from us this evening at the National Nightly News. We'll be back tomorrow with full coverage of the first day under Advance. I'm Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody. Same again tomorrow. Call times are on the board. So, same old boring politics then?
Is this some weird fever dream? Am I dying now or something?
You should be so lucky. I'll see you tomorrow night.
Not coming for a drink?
Nope, got a date.
Lucky you. Try not to get murdered.
Okay. Oh. Those are all the adverts I can listen to. I really don't want to right now. Maybe later if continue. So use the clock to time your ad breaks perfectly. Okay. Okay, here we go. We're back in it, my dudes. There was an day 3? An unexpected form? You arrive home to find the posts on the mat, most being nothing more than usual junk. One letter, the team wants to know you. You open it. The form from the new advanced government asking for information on all citizens. Your name, your spouse, your children. Well, you muse, at least they got the basics right. So, my name is Alex Winston. My spouse is Sam Winston. And my children is Charles and Susie. Ooh. The rest of the questions are left for you to complete. They appear to be mandatory. Upon starting a job, you would ease yourself and orient yourself with new workplaces. Be friendly, introduce yourself to new coworkers. You know what they're what they want. So, do I give them what they want? Like every job that asks these kinds of questions. You know this is apparently the government. Yes. So, be productive and get to work immediately. A colleague in a different department has confided in you that you may be taking home confidential information. Now, if you would... Oh my gosh! Well, just recommend that your colleague reports it. Promise your colleague that you won't tell anyone. Report the violation to your supervisor immediately. They're going to want you to report it to your violation to your supervisor immediately. Question 3. Entire department was fired today for consistent underperformance. Your boss has put in place new targets that are significantly higher than previous ones. You would leave work and stay late to ensure you hit the first deadline. Leave work early and hit the pub. Leave work early hit the pub, chat about the changes with colleagues. Leave work early and head home to see your family. Well, I know what they're going to want me to say. Am I gonna do it? We're gonna see. It's the annual company barbecue. Your family have been fighting. You are looking looking forward to enjoying a nice day out with friends and family. Are washing your hair that day. Go if you're free, but wouldn't mind missing it. Have been practicing with your coworkers and think you'll win the talent contest this year. Obviously. You've had a long, successful career, now about to retire. In your speech, you list your achievements and all the good memories you have in working there. Give an honest review of the pros and cons of the company. Focus on issues and challenges you faced while working there. Refuse to attend. And all the good memories you have in working there. In your spare time, you like to relax alone, doing things like listening to music and making models. Attend political rallies and stand up for what you believe in. Encourage to support your children with their hobbies. Play your local sports team. Well, obviously I encourage and support my children with their hobbies. Your ideal holiday getaway would be surrounded by natural beauty, getting away from the strain of the daily grind. Exploring somewhere unfamiliar, discovering new experiences and challenges. A structured day out at a theme park consisting with thrills and attractions for you and your family, or much to do with a partner to a tropical island paradise. Structured day out. It honestly... I'm thinking about like what they want to hear. So maybe a structured day out. It's most important that the government keeps people equal, happy, free, safe. Thank you for your cooperation. I appreciate you leading the nation and bribe for your... Sign your name. Cool. Oh, we're just skipping ahead days. A family matter. Ooh, stress! It's late. Sam and the kids have gone to bed. You're just drying up your favorite coffee cup and a worn-out souvenir of your first trip together. But that goofy face still makes you smile. A knock on the window brings you back to reality. On the window? There in the garden, clutching a gaudy neon green suitcase, is Chris, Sam's sibling. As soon as you let them in, they sit at the kitchen table visibly stressed. Chris takes a deep breath. I'm sorry for singing so late, Alex, but I need a favor and the only one I can ask. No problem, what's going on? Are you okay? Should I get Sam? No need to worry, Sam. It's you I come to see. I just need 2 minutes. Have you heard about the Assets and Wealth Act? Yeah, I've heard of it. I literally work in news, Chris. It's total bullshit. Yeah, Chris fist bangs on the table. It's total bullshit. They're taking away whatever they want and distributing it as they see fit. No government should have that kind of power. I can't believe they're actually getting away with this. With it. It's madness, which is why I need your help. What exactly is it you need? Why do I get the feeling I'm not gonna like this? What exactly is it you need? Chris and I seem to be resting comfortably on the floor tiles. Look, I know it's a lot to ask, but I need to borrow your passport. Passport? What for? My passport? I can't give you that. It's illegal. My good sir, I can't give you my passport. I need that shit. My passport? What for? We've taken mine half the bloody countries, but people are always say you and I look similar, so I need to leave before it's too late. Once I'm out, my money will be safe, but I need to go now before they freeze my accounts. Please, Alex, I wouldn't ask if I had any other choice. Okay, let's think. Yes, it's that serious. However, if he takes my passport out and I'm still in the country, they're going to know I'm still there. They're going to know something's up and I helped somebody. Also, what if I need to get out? What if I need to leave and then I'm just stuck here? Surely there's another way. It can't be that serious. You're joking, right? I've always done right by you and Sam. I treat your children like my own. We're family. What does it mean? Family's family. It's against the law. I can't help you with this. Oh. Alright, I've got passport, family's family, or against the law. I can't help you with this. Sorry if I'm reading super fast or like talking really fast. I know I'm well aware I need to like slow down a little bit and enunciate. But too excited. I treated your children like they were my own. You've put me in a very difficult situation, my good sir. I understand that money... That like, oh no, I need to protect my money. I understand. However, if I give this to you, I'm effed. And you've given me no measure that I'm going to be able to get out now. I really wish I could go ask Sam. What does Sam think? Sam, help. What do you think we should do? Sam being my partner in this, so there's a reason that he's not one to ask Sam. Oh, I'm struggling real hard. Alright, this is just a video game. I should be able to just choose. Alright. If it wasn't my passport, I'd be like, okay, what do you need? And distracting people with oh, what the heck is going on? Well, you see here, Tosi. What happened is Chris, my brother-in-law, sibling-in-law, has come in and is asking to use my passport to get out of the country so that he can save his money because his passport was taken away. Because apparently he's like, as a good 50% of the people, apparently they're saying, or he said, that like that passports are being taken away from, so they can't leave the country. So he wants to leave the country, and he's like, oh, we look enough alike that I can use your passport. Okay, well, when I offered to go get Sam, my spouse in this game, he was like, no, don't bother Sam. So now I can't go ask my partner what they think I should do, if they should help their sibling or not. And the option is to give my passport or don't give my passport. as to any other option. So right now, my thought process is no, because it's my passport, and I have a feeling I'm going to need it later. You also not letting me ask my partner. Let me go ask Sam. Let's go talk about it. But no, we're not allowed to do that. Okay. It's against the law. I can't help you with this. Fine, I'll solve this myself. So much for family loyalty, eh? Grabbing the nigh-on fluorescent suitcase, Chris's Pearson tonight. You go back to just picking up Sam's cup again. The peeling face now seems to bore into you. Not in your stomach tightens. If it wasn't the passport, I would have helped. But it's the passport. Oh, alright, let's do this. I'm gonna say no, don't give it. Yeah. The fallout. Oh, I'm still getting a call from Dave? Oh. Why are you helping me? You left the country. Mother effer. Alright.
To get at least the bottom 4 plugs on. And the trip switch, mate, otherwise nothing's gonna work. Right, let's load up the adverts. You might want to have a bit of a think about it. Your decisions have consequences.
This is toy safe. Alright. Advanced go-getters. Should we play this? Is this toy safe? Okay, we're not gonna do that. I do want to check it out later. Let's just do 3 new ones. Wow.
Right, you can see they finally got the old headline system up and working again, and the vision mixer's already in headline mode because headlines always come at the start. It's really simple, mate. These 2 buttons at the bottom of the vision mixer, you can see they now have A and B on them, and they're to help you pick image A on the left bottom screen here, or image B on the right bottom screen here.
Why did you
Really
listen?
simple. This little clock here will count down the number of seconds you have to make your decision. Provided you make a decision in that time, you're fine. And you can change your mind as much as you want until the clock reaches 0. But if you don't make any decision, you'll be fired before you even get to make another choice. I just want to say one more thing, mate. The pictures you choose to show of these people, well, that's how the public is going to perceive them, and that's going to affect their lives. So like with the adverts, choose carefully.
Okay.
And we're off. Good luck, mate. If I get time, I'll call you back in the next break. Yeah, I'm coming, darling.
My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes.
Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening, I'm Jeremy Dawson. Our main headlines tonight. Destination unknown. At the end of Advance's first full week in office, we ask exactly who's leading this charge. Tonight, I'll be discussing what the new future might hold with a leading economist and radical free thinker. With the country's wealth creators in a state of panic and unfavorable rumblings already heard from overseas, I'll be asking my guests whether Advance can deliver on even a fraction of their promises.
Okay.
Out with the old, Remington's Fist have appointed Sophia Remington as their new CEO. The following photo, taken from our archive, gives us a sense of this influential young firebrand who, at the tender age of 23, becomes the youngest female CEO in history. Sophia Remington has always impressed. Class at university and graduated with the highest honours, immediately being asked back to lecture. The markets have responded favourably to Sophia's appointment, with stocks rising 30 points in light of the announcement. In her first press conference this afternoon, Sophia announced a children's toy named Mr. Snugglehugs. Sophia promises it'll be all the rage this Christmas, but concerns have been raised about the product's safety.
Okay.
Making a splash. Intrepid scientist Dr. David Wong and marine biologist Ingrid Sporsborgen-Horgensford have today set off to explore Dante's taint. The recently discovered cave system was previously thought unreachable, but thanks to a new breakthrough in underwater flower technology, the pair hope to successfully reach the imposing central cavern and the undiscovered plant species it contains. This is, of course, only the latest in a series of successful expeditions for this unlikely pairing. In a joint statement about the dangers their team might face, the pair stated, "We will face the plentiful challenges together like we always have." Playing the field, rumours abound as sporting legend Johnny Hamsleeves is snapped leaving Bush, one of the capital's hottest clubs. The footballer was caught while out celebrating being named Sports Personality of the Year, as reported by this very programme. Judging from the angle and velocity of that spray, it looks like Johnny may have been celebrating a little bit too much. I certainly wouldn't want to be his dry cleaner. And grievous bodily charm. With Advance promising a radical new position on crime, how afraid should we actually be? I'll be going live around the country to talk with people who've seen the criminal justice system from every perspective. With more and more powers passing to the police and less oversight, are we using an Advance-shaped sledgehammer to crack a nut? All that, a mega morph with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
Oh. Oh. No, I don't know how to do this again. Okay. I didn't remember how to do this. I forgot. There's so much happening. I forgot how to do this. A refresher would have been nice. Okay. Whoops. My bad.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of Alan James is Right, The Free Man's Guide to Waking Up.
Okay.
Alan, the government certainly haven't dragged their heels on delivering some of the legislation they promised. But what does the Wealth Act mean for us?
Nothing, Jeremy. We're still vassal slaves, we're just in prettier cages.
A confident dismissal there. Katie Brightman, do you agree?
I'm afraid I don't, no. I think that Advance have realised that the current economic system of unlimited, unending growth is untenable, so they're changing things up.
There I agree with you. They're moving to the next steps in the grand plan.
Grand plan, Alan?
It's all in my book. Alan James is right, Jeremy. We're to become the great herd, ignorant, sterile, and short-lived. That's what they want.
Or perhaps Advance have just realised that if we carry on the way we are, we will destroy ourselves and this planet in a mad orgy of consumption, if you'll excuse the colourful metaphor.
Yes, orgy is the right word. Only it'll be the overlords having an orgy on our poor broken backs. It's all in my book. Alan James is...
Shamelessly self-promoting? Katie, how do you think the rest of the world will respond to this new approach?
I think they're watching carefully. Advance are the most destructive threat that the world powers have faced since the last Great War.
Yes, Katie's right. War is inevitable.
Thank you, but that isn't
And this will not be a war like we've ever seen before. We're talking millions of deaths. We're talking high-tech weapons that can level entire cities. We're talking...
Out of the wrong orifices?
Mock me all you like, Jeremy, but when they murder your parents and they poison your food and they take you away to their camps for hypno-brainwashing, we'll be laughing then.
That might be a great way to sell books, Alan, but you know full well that isn't going to happen in a democracy.
Democracy is dead.
Yes, Advance are radical, and change is always frightening, but the truth is that the Wealth and Assets Act has made more than 90% of the population wealthier and is on target to produce a permanent end to poverty.
Bollocks! What this young lady doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these
Cool.
are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised the youth vote like we've never seen before.
You say mobilise, I call it grooming. The grooming of an entire generation to walk happily into eternal bondage. They're like psychic paedophiles.
But based on the facts, Katie, what are your predictions?
The Assets and Wealth Act is only the first step. Advance now have a historic budgetary surplus, and as well as properly funding our public services, they're already funneling unprecedented amounts into scientific research and the arts.
Or, as I call them in my book, Frankenscience and opiarts. Like opiates, see?
Can we get back to the issue at hand, please, Alan?
This is the issue. It's all coming from the water, the chemicals. They're pumping it full of bleep juice.
Don't get me wrong, I want to see these changes, but only if they're sustainable. If Advance lose their power after spending half of our GDP on dismantling infrastructure, That could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet
3,
show.
4.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1. Whap.
1 minute back.
Whee!
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately I can't understand it for you.
Damn.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
This tune now. All right, mate. See you later. Bye.
Said I got a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody.
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Okay. Am I missing it?
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country.
Okay.
Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines to meet the people who live with the criminal justice system every day of their lives. First up, we have Gregory Judge,
Oh, goodness.
a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy.
Goodness.
Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and
apparently my
keep
phone
the
is not
caseloads
silent.
on our desks.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't
Oh,
enough
shoot.
being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem. We need more support from ministers. We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. No, the problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need.
Oh.
Legislation.
That was the worst time for me to try to do anything.
Sorry to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Next, I'm joined by Police Chief a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a return to the days when you could safely walk the streets of your community at night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying your neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay.
Aye.
We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this once great country. Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Oh, bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, your bloody gimps escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, Jesus didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear, you think it's the immigrants who are responsible for the moral decay?
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I'm staying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Back you go. Back in your gimp space.
And whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Hold on just a moment.
Oh, Clive,
I am not having this again.
You beast cut!
As I was saying, Jeremy, moral responsibility of the criminal, no one else. Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides under the stairs like a normal child.
Really locking down the police's position on morality for us. Hopefully uninterrupted. It's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a SWAT. He agreed to talk to us today, which is also, I believe, his birthday. Many happy returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez.
It's gonna be more.
Wank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us what it's like in prison, Tony?
Tit Wank Tony. Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, tit wanks are quite hard to come by.
Yeah, I did.
You're not alone there, Tony.
I did say this is all for broadcast.
Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we're trying to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this. Do you feel that your time spent in prison helped to rehabilitate you in any way, Tony?
Tit Wank Tony! I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
I think asking that is an oversimplification.
Sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to...
Okay, we're not gonna do anything weird. Can we hear?
Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
This one's, yeah?
Yep.
One sec, love. Tit Wank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. Just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Oh.
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
You are joking. Chrissy Freebollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh? Not now, fellas. I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy.
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal there, Tony.
Fucking way, let's believe that!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally away for 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony? Can you hear me? Well, we seem to have lost our train of thought there a little. Hopefully you, the viewer at home, have managed to glean a broader understanding of the serious and complex issues around law and order. After the break, Megan will be live with some plucky young thespians. Don't go away. We'll be
2, 1, blap.
Back, everybody.
That was so different.
It's been a great night. In this next section, there's a bit of music. If you edit in time with the music, you can see the result on the vision mixer, and the public will love that. Don't worry if you don't, though. You won't get punished for it or nothing. Just try and stay in the groove. Also, one last tip. When the music starts, turn down the broadcast volume. Right, enjoy the music bit. God, I love music. God, I'm so...
The broadcast volume is down.
I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be? This is on you.
10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2.
Okay,
Going in
I've got you.
4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolfe, and on tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools. Welcome to you all. Well, let's start with you two, Harriet and Charlotte Winstanley-Hamilton. Girls, you must be thrilled.
We are, Megan. We're overwhelmed, to be honest.
And I believe you two are sisters, is that right?
Yes, Charlotte's my oldest. I'm the older, more popular one.
Only joking.
Harriet and Trey were really the ones who came up with the whole idea.
So, Harry and I were shooting the breeze in the cafeteria, and I said, hey, let's actually do something.
So I went to look for a drama teacher.
But she'd been laid off due to budget cuts. Fortunately, I directed a pantomime when I was at university, so I knew the ropes, as it were.
Oh, right, yes, but you're the maths teacher, aren't you?
Yes, that's me, Jeff Algebra, maths teacher.
Maths is really important.
Oh, thanks, Steve.
Maths is really important.
Yeah, thanks, Steve.
As is theatre. It's one of the oldest art forms in history. Aristotle.
I just think that when we travel around all these problem schools and the poor kids see us, they say, hey, I really want to be like those attractive kids. And that's a very beautiful and powerful thing. We touch our audiences and they touch us right back.
I suppose with a surname like Algebra, there was really only one choice of career for me.
What is going on here?
Angela and I, we often laugh about it.
Angela Algebra.
Yes.
We just want to bring a bit of song and joy into people's lives.
And teach people about the difficult issues. The issues in the play are what really matter.
And I think you're going to be showing us an extract from this play, aren't you?
That's right. To put into context, I play a young first year who's having some troubles at school.
Her character doesn't actually have a name, yeah, because in a way she's like all of us.
It's like a metaphor. Maybe she's you at home, or like maybe she's you, Megan.
Maths is really important.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, thanks, Steve.
Right, well, I'm going to have a little chat with your teacher while you run off and get ready. I can't wait to see it. That's it, that way. So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now, the headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also threw it in the bin. But then and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly, but we did use that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we ballywell are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
Okay.
Dear Diary, I'm not sure I can take another day at this school. Another day of tears. Tears. Another day of fears. But still I walk the corridors alone. Dreading what might be around every corner.
What's around the corner? What's around the corner? What's around the corner?
Oh, hi Gary.
Oh heavens no! It's Gary the Fist!
Gary the Fist!
Going somewhere, little first year?
Great. I've been looking for some poor victim to bully all morning, but will this make me feel better about my violent father?
Violent father. Excuse me, I'm late for maths. It's my favourite subject. And so important.
Maths is for losers.
What?
Maths is for losers.
My arm's stuck, coach.
Keep going, for fuck's sake.
Right, maths is for losers. Now, give me your lunch money.
Double lunch for me today, but why I'm only truly happy when I'm eating.
Not today, Gary the Fist.
What do you mean not today? Who are you? My arm's free, coach.
Brilliant, keep going.
Right, who are you to stand up to me? I, Gary the Fist, and you're just a sad little girl with 2 gay dads who's all alone.
That's where you're wrong, Gary the Fist. These are my 2 new friends. Vanessa is captain of the netball team. Yeah. And Blake owns a motorbike.
Yeah.
What is going on?
I can't fight all 3 of you, and I don't have any friends of my own.
Okay, cool.
Take a look at me. Take a little look at my face. I could be you. She could be
Okay.
It's my choice to remain. So stop now, make a different choice.
Hey, listen up, I won't take no crap. Who said middle class girls can't rap? I ain't afraid of your crew laps.
What is going on here?
Hey, kids, I'm Gary the Fist. People think that folks like me probably shouldn't exist. But that's just prejudice, and I'd do better if you knew the way that I became Gary the Fist. I grew up on a council estate. The park was hip, but the flats weren't great. My dad used to come home drunk and late, and he'd hit my mum for dinner, he had to wait. Where's my dinner?
It's not ready.
Where's my dinner, woman?
Go.
Don't make me ask you again.
Hitting women is wrong.
I guess life's pretty hard on a council estate. 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 Life's pretty hard on a council estate.
Cool.
Life's pretty hard on a council estate. Life's pretty hard on a council estate. It's so damn hard on a council estate. Life can be peachy keen. Yeah.
Now I've got that random one thrown in here. I can't. I really want to.
It's my choice. So stop now, make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice. Friendship!
Yes!
Apparently.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant.
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I was going to believe without an adequate paycheck.
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Oh, that's so good. Okay. Oh. I got 2 D's and an A+. I guess because all of its words were censored, an interference-free show, an exceedingly poor edit. Oh. They don't like my edits. Your full wages, current wealth, broke ass poor. Cool, 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 cool. Rushes. Let's go. Let's play this stuff.
No, for my sister's kid, Mr. Fuckletugs or something.
Snuggle hugs?
That's the bastard.
Yeah, I wouldn't get one of those. My friend Janet says theirs gets really hot.
Is this Janet who thinks dogs have their own secret language?
Yeah, the one that mistrusts the moon.
10 seconds, everybody.
Not the best source of consumer advice, then.
Don't blame me when it explodes, going in fuck.
Alright, before we do that, I need to go to the restroom real quick. Give me just a moment. I will be right back. And of course, my thing stopped working. Okay, go. I'll refresh that when I get back. Yeah, and listen, listen, Toasty. Here, look here. Also, cats want attention. When the police commissioner, whoever that guy was like, all the gays and all those people, how dare they? And was saying all his stupid stuff. I was like, yes, must put all of the the things that he's saying, like how he doesn't follow, like doesn't follow his own thing. Let me just where he's got this guy apparently kidnapped in his closet or something. Okay. Is that up and running? That's up and running. Cool. Alrighty. Alright. Let's...
5, 4, 3.
Why is that pause?
No, for my sister's kid, Mr.
4, 3.
Why that pause? What? Oh. I guess because that was the...
All that, and Megan Wolf with a group of young actors already experiencing the positive side of the new Assets and Wealth Act firsthand. They'll be talking and performing later. That's all coming up on tonight's National Nightly News.
30 seconds back, everybody. Can we get the gets in quickly, please?
We actually had to make the book indestructible because people tried to set it on fire too much. It's like
Thanks for coming on,
bonfires.
Thanks for having me.
I think this is one of the advertisements we were running
I try not to,
at one
if I'm
point.
honest.
Behave.
You're not the boss of
I
me.
literally am. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going in 5, 4, 3, 2.
In the wake of the government's swift enactment of the Assets and Wealth Act, we're talking about Advance's first week in office and what the new future holds. Joining me are Katie Brightman, a leading economist, and Alan James, author of...
Okay, we've seen this.
Heard. Ignorant. He doesn't understand, Jeremy, is that these are the same people. Maybe they've rebranded, but it's all a little circus act to keep us from seeing the tyrant behind the curtain.
That's where you're wrong, Alan. For a start, they've mobilised...
Okay.
GDP on dismantling infrastructure. That could be catastrophic.
The catastrophe is that they're succeeding. They've got us sat here talking about their puppet show.
All right, we're running out of time. Quickly, Alan, what does the future look like to you?
A bleak space where we've all been figuratively sodomized into submission.
No, of course. Katie?
We might be on the eve of a brave new world. God knows we need some change, but we need to be cautious. Let's walk forwards with our eyes open.
Two very different visions of the future there. Alan James, Katie Brightman, thank you for joining me. When we come back, I'll be investigating law and order before Megan meets some beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act. That's all coming up tonight on the National Nightly News.
1 minute back.
You know, I think they might do some good.
I hope so too, Jeremy.
How much are you being paid by them, then?
Shut the fuck up, Alan. I've never heard so much shit in my life.
Well, we'll see who's full of shit, won't we?
Alan, I can explain it to you, but unfortunately, I can't understand it for you.
Well, I don't know what she meant by that.
Alright. Here's the fun part. We'll do the Hey Friendship one, but we'll just do the parts.
Saying I'll do what I can, that's all.
Oh shit, you will. She's good. You know she is.
I've said I put a word in, that's all I can do.
10 seconds, everybody. Is little JD scared of the big bird caught you with water?
If that sticks, I'll destroy you.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. In our second segment, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the state of law and order in our country. Advance have already tasked what they are calling a solutions team to move this serious social problem to the top of the list. Tonight, we go behind the headlines.
So I didn't get any of what was happening here because I was busy with like
every day of their lives.
shenanigans.
First up, we have Gregory Judge, a lawyer who sees the problems close up on the front line. Can you hear me, Gregory?
Yes, I've got you, Jeremy. Thanks for having me.
What's it like on the front line of the hard face of the cold hand of justice?
Well, as you can imagine, Jeremy, we are massively understaffed in this country. We're working every hour we can just to try and cope with the caseloads on our desk.
Which must affect the quality of support you can offer.
Well, we can barely keep up with demand, Jeremy. There just simply isn't enough being done at a systemic level to relieve the problem.
Greg?
We need more support from ministers. Eleanor, what are you doing? We need change at a structural level,
I'm
Jeremy.
leaving, Greg.
Not a good time, darling.
It never is it? I'll be at my mother's.
Just hang on. The problem isn't a local one, Jeremy. It's nationwide. Just give me 5 minutes. I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson.
Oh, have you mentioned your affairs?
No. Well, the affairs of the Justice Department that we should be concerned about.
Hello, Mr. Donaldson.
Hello, Mrs. Judge.
We need legislation to relieve the pressure on our public
Sorry
servants.
to interrupt the news, Mr. Donaldson. Can I have a moment to tell my husband I'm leaving him?
Yes, I totally understand. Quite the picture of a burdened legal sector there. Gregory Judge, thank you for joining us. Police Chief Constable Bob Peel, a man with a very different perspective on our nation's crime. Do you think there's a problem with the system, Bob?
When are you going to realise?
I'm sure we all do,
not
Jeremy.
her,
I'm
Greg?
sure we all long for a
Trust
return
me,
to the
between the
days when you
drinking
could
and the
safely walk the
arse,
streets
I'm
of your
very
community at
aware.
night, looking in through windows and generally enjoying it. Looking in through windows and I'm sure we all do, Jeremy. I'm sure we all long for a
Trust me, between the drinking and the arse, I'm very aware.
Wow.
neighbours without the risk of being terrorised by some thug with a knife or kosh.
So you feel the streets simply aren't safe anymore? Where have we gone wrong, Bob?
Well, that's not a simple question, Jeremy, but I think it all comes down to moral decay. We've diluted our culture and lost touch with what it means to be a citizen of this
Tell me about
once
the
great
moral
country.
decay.
Also, as the vicar noted in Sunday's sermon, we probably shouldn't have banned hanging.
And to what do you attribute this moral decay?
Foreigners, gays and gypsies mainly. It's all in the Bible. Look, Leviticus clearly states that... Bugger, hang on a moment. Jeremy, bloody gimps escaped. Delia, could you give me a little help, please, dear? As I was saying, he just didn't like immigrants much, did he?
And just to be clear,
Oh
you
my
think it's the
gosh.
immigrants who are responsible for the moral
This
decay.
Absolutely, Jeremy. Back in your box, Clive. Back in your box. Delia, I really could use a little help with this.
Oh, sorry, darling. I was spaying the badgers.
Yes, I'm talking to Jeremy Donaldson. Clive, could you put him back in the box?
Oh, Clive, you know it's Wednesday. Back you go. Back in your gimp space. Off
And
you go.
whose responsibility is it to make a change, Bob?
Well, it is certainly not the responsibility of the decent, good, white people of
Darling,
this...
where's the padlock?
Oh, hold on just a moment.
Him standing up is like the funniest part of it.
Clive, I am not having this again.
Mummy said get back in your gimp space. No! Naughty! You beast, Clive!
As I was saying, Jeremy, crime is the responsibility of the criminal.
Oh,
No one else.
good.
Look, everyone has a sob story, but we don't all end up as barbarians, do we? Look, when our daughter Alice comes home with an A-, does she go on a killing spree? No, she takes 3 of her pills and hides them
3
on
of her
the stairs
pills.
like a normal child.
Wow.
Thank you, Bob. Bob Peel there, really locking down the police's position on morality for us. And finally tonight, hopefully uninterrupted, it's time to get to the heart of the matter. Tony Dawson has recently been released from prison after serving 3 years for aggravated assault, burglary, and menacing a swan. He's agreed to talk to us today.
Menacing a
because
swan?
also, I believe his birthday.
I could not tell what was
Many
going on
happy
half the time.
returns, Tony.
Cheers, Jez. Call me Titwank Tony. Everybody else does.
No, I'm not going to be doing that. Can you tell us about the
I'm not going to be doing that.
Prison's a mixed bag. Structure's quite nice, but it's a constant battle against institutionalization, as you can imagine. And obviously, Titwanks are quite hard to come by.
I'm picking up that you're not alone there, Tony.
Titwank Tony. Yeah, sorry, my friends are throwing me a surprise party. Good bunch of lads.
Okay, well, we'll try to let you get back to that party as soon as possible. First, let me ask you this.
Oh, goodness.
Do you feel that your time
It
spent
was
in
so
prison
good.
helped to rehabilitate you
Just
in any
the
way?
chaos
Tony?
of this whole segment was just amazing.
Titwank Tony. I don't think it's as easy as that, Jez.
Sopen!
Yeah, I think asking that is an oversimplification.
It sounds like it's getting quite busy there, Tony, but let's try and soldier on. Since leaving custody, have you been able to find a new job?
Yeah, all the boys are here. There's Big Chris, Little Chris, and Vampire Chris.
Vampire Chris. Great.
This one's, yeah?
Yep.
One sec, love. Titwank Tony's on the news. Rehabilitation's difficult with the current system, Jez. It's just not set up for it, you know? It's inherently unjust.
Sopen!
So, do you feel tempted to... I'm sorry, who's this guy?
Sopen!
You are joking. Chrissy Free Bollocks has only got Mr. Fancy, oh? Not now, fellas. I'm on the news.
It seems like we've caught you at a bad time.
The little boy?
Oh, I can't really hear you, mate. It's getting a bit busy here. Jesus.
Yes, we seem to be losing the signal
No
there, Tony.
fucking way. Las Bolitas!
Well, we're just trying to get that signal back. I think we... Yes, Tony? Tony, I mean, we're literally on for 2 seconds. How does this happen, Tony?
Gone for 2 seconds. Oh, that's so funny.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back, everybody. That went well.
Piss off.
Smooth, incisive journalism.
I can have you fired.
You'd miss my charm.
I thought she's his boss. Okay. We're loading. Beep, 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 beep.
Well, where is he?
In his dressing room, probably banging his head against the wall.
Look, it's all right, I've got this. I'm sure he's on his way. Come on, it's welcome back. How hard can it be?
This is on you. 10 seconds, everybody. We're going to open on Megan. Camera 2. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Welcome's Black. I'm Megan Wolf.
Welcome's
and on
back.
tonight's Culture Spot, I'll be
Amazing.
chatting with one of the first beneficiaries of the Assets and Wealth Act, a team of inspiring young people from Scritchford Sixth Form College who today received a grant from Advance to take their play, Hey, Friendship, on a tour of local secondary schools.
All right, we got this one. It was...
We just want to bring it.
So, Jeff, when did you first hear about the grant?
2 days ago. A letter from Advance arrived at the school. Now,
This is what
the
I thought.
headmaster thought it was all a prank, but his secretary retrieved it from his bin and brought it to me.
Wow, how did you react?
I also
also
threw
threw
it
it
in the
away.
bin. But then Harriet and Trey rescued it, and they rang the number at the bottom of the page, and next thing you know, we're on tour.
Wow. Well, I think we can all guess which way you'll be voting from now on.
Do you know what? It's funny because Angela and I don't usually vote. We're not very political. I'm a mathematician, of course, and she's a paraplegic mainly, but we did used to watch that Peter Clements DIY show back in the day, and so we thought, why not? Let's have a go at this old democracy thing.
Okay.
And here we bally well are.
Good stuff.
Fucking brilliant!
So, let's have a look at a short section of Hey, Friendship.
My name's Jeremy Donaldson.
Just work as a team. It's your choice to be me. It's my choice. So stop now. Make a different choice. Listen to that inner voice. Friendship!
Yes! Oh.
Well, thankfully that's all we have time for tonight on the National Nightly News. Join us tomorrow night for all the headlines from across the country. My name's Jeremy Donaldson. Have a peaceful night.
And we're out.
Oh, that was brilliant!
What the literal fuck was that?
I believe that was art.
I believe I've got a 14-inch cock, but it doesn't make it so.
I have a similar belief about an adequate paycheck.
Friendship!
Oh, someone please get these twats out of my studio.
Okay. Did we do Alan James? What's
Alan James.
I'm Alan James.
Alan James.
Alan James is right.
Alan James is right.
I'm Alan James.
Alan James is
So we're not gonna
right
play
in
any
front of you.
I don't want to scare you, but you should be scared.
There must be something in the food!
I don't want to upset you, but you should weep for the world.
They're gonna take your poor sweet grandma.
And I don't mean to shock you, but
You need to wake up!
I'm Alan James, and I'll slap you so hard with the truth, you'll still be picking facts out of your face the following Wednesday.
Alan James, coming to a city near you. Check local press for dates and times.
Okay. You're cooking dinner in and out again? That's all good. I'm just playing some of these to see what they are.
Our children are our future. Advance knows this, and we're here to help. The new Advance Go-Getters initiative will ensure that every young person enjoys the abundance of benefits that only a true community can provide.
Alright, so we're not going to play any Alan James stuff.
Us informed of all the ups and downs to help make things even better. With a vast range of activities available, building the nation's future has never been so rewarding. With the Go-Getters, you can be sure that your children will be well equipped in the march towards progress. After all, there's nothing better than moving forwards. The Advanced Go-Getters. Forwards together.
Okay. Alrighty. Let's keep going. It's the country's most popular and trusted news anchor for now. Okay, let's see what drama's happening at home. A late night. Okay. Right home with an alarmed note waiting for you on the countertop. You recognize Sam's hurried scrawl. Chris has been evicted for not paying rent. You know where this is headed. Sam's gone to pick up Chris' stuff from the street. Don't wait up. Underlined twice. So this is your fault now, is it? You sulkily press play on the cheap horror film you were going to watch together. It used to be terrifying as a kid, but always makes the two of you laugh. It's not the same without Sam, but you still chuck it to yourself occasionally. Just to get to the good bit, the part where Candy decides to investigate alone, your 14-year-old interrupts. He wants to go to a friend's house. It's the only way a child can, pleading but somehow defiant. He knows he's not allowed late at this not allowed out this late on a school night. You can let him go as long as he promises to be home by 11. How old is it? I'm afraid he's gonna sneak out, but I'm also afraid if I let him go, he's gonna get hurt. No! He sees you're not going to change your mind. You pretend it's all for your good, but you really just want to be left alone. I hate you all. He hesitates. He knows he's gone too far, but in his rage, he can't bring himself to back down. He storms upstairs and slams his door. You check in on your, you decide to give him some space. You need to both cool down. You check in on your son before you head to bed. I'm gonna check in on him. When there's no answer, you knock on Charlie's door. When there's no answer, you quietly open it. Your son is under the vent, sulking. He's determined to face the wall. But once it's clear you're not leaving, until he talks to you, sighs and turns face. So he needs to learn to control his temper. He begrudgingly apologizes for his outbursts, but if you sleep much easier having cleared the air. Okay, good. Oh, that's a lot of days have passed by. Tight Christmas. You can't help but crack a smile as you look around the table. The snow has settled on the grass outside. The kids are pulling a cracker while your elderly mother tries to keep her eyes open. You always have a soft spot for Christmas. You're sitting at the head of the table now at your dad's place. Oh. Since afternoon, everyone can feel it. It's the first time you've seen Chris since you refused to part with your passport. It's a big change for Sam. The two siblings used to be inseparable. It's usually such a nice time of year. Coco goes all around the computer as Chris stares pointedly at you. Are you having a nice Christmas, Grandma? You make a toast. You stay silent. I'm gonna stay silent. Chris knocks a back and forth glass of wine a little too violent. See Sam Kane looking eyes after what happened. Your daughter looks so confused. What do you mean, what happened? She asks quietly. Brace yourself. Oh no! Look, you want to get angry at me for not giving you my freaking passport? Fine. Be angry at me for getting my freaking for not giving you freaking passport. But you want to talk to Sam about it. Sam, don't be angry at me. Decisions were made. Sam tries to interject. Let's not get into it now, but Chris continues forcefully. No, I think she should hear it. Well, Susie, Alex here. Thank you, Chris. That's enough. Chris turns away from you, taking some frustration out on a cheap cut of roast chicken. Your daughter, Susie, seizes the opportunity to corner you. You know how you love me, you chuckle. It sounds familiar. I'm not going to like this, am I? You joke. She rolls her eyes. You know me and my friends are planning on going traveling this year. Susie begins instantly. Well, I was hoping you helped me with the money. She's interrupted by Chris, who makes a derisive snort. I wouldn't hold your breath, Suze. Not known for your generosity, are you, Ackless? And Chris, do us all favors and shut your mouth. For ignoring Chris, you smile at your daughter. She can ignore him. We'll see so many parts of the world and learn so much about other cultures. You sigh and lower your voice. You know money is really tight right now that Grandma's staying here. We don't have a lot of that kind of money, Suze. But please, Harry's parents are helping her. Susie, we can't afford it. Yeah, it sucks, but... Oi, oi, oi. I'm sorry, I wish we could afford it, but we can't. What, you promise? Instead, she looks frustrated and her hair starts to applaud. Starts to crunch a drum roll at the table. You look for Sam for another source coming. Pay no attention, Suze. Alex is a time for family. Is that right? You can't bring yourself to speak. Pathetic. Chris puts her arm around Suze and squirts her out of the room. Sam follows, not meeting your gaze. Cool, I love this. Charlie sees him awkwardly as he starts to clear the plates. Have you had a nice birthday, Pat? Your mother chimes in cheerfully. Merry fucking Christmas. Also, when did I was supposed to know that I promised this, apparently? I love people courting you in front of everybody. It's fantastic. Alright, you're leafing through the pile of accumulated posts. Each new bill pulls on your gut like a lead of weight until a flash of blue makes you pause. Recognizing until Vance logo on the envelope, you tear it open. Dear Winston residents, thank you for sending us your passports for approval. We can now confirm the receipt and validation for the new assets and wealth redemption scheme. Hopefully this will make the last month of arguments with Sam worth it. What? Assets under place enclose a check, which we hope you see as a symbol not only of our gratitude but of our unwavering commitment to creating a society free of inequality. Speed-induced paper cut is the only reason a check, and a sizable one at that. Advance really are redistributing well. So do they have our passports now? The weight of your financial burdens lessens slightly bliss. Passport redemption scheme? So we don't have our passports anymore. So I should have given him my passport. Gosh darn it. Why does the zip on this damn case never close? It's your anniversary. Every year, you and Sam go away for the weekend, usually camping. You're not made of money. You've been looking forward to it for ages. Finally get some alone time where you can forget about the noise of life. No kids, no work, just a bit of roommates and some peace and quiet. It's up to battle. You drag the bulging suitcase down the stairs. The answering machine is blinking on the hall table. Did she leave? Did Sam leave? I'm sorry. This is Boss Man. I'm calling for me that you required your work this weekend. Your heart sings. Some information has come to light concerning the rising tensions between our nation and foreign powers. A national nightly news team will be working around the clock to ensure we break the story first. So I expect your attendance tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. sharp. Have a pleasant week, evening, Alex. Shock turns to noise and then fury. What are you going to tell Sam? Sam comes downstairs, spring with excitement. Kissing you, they grab their car keys from the dish and start to load your bags into the car. F it! Fire me! Effers! Fire me! Ignore the message! You need this weekend! Let's go, baby! Message deleted. What was that? Comes a voice. I could have called them, of course, and been like, hey, I'm not coming in. It's the anniversary with my partner. Sorry about you. Message, what was that? Comes a voice behind you. Nothing important. You replies. You put on your coat. Adrenaline courses through your body. Grabbing Sam around the waist, you practically slam the front door. You might as well enjoy your time off. You're going to pay for it on Monday. Oh, here comes Monday. An unwelcome return. Yo. When you get to work Monday morning, you get some sour looks from your exhausted colleagues. The note sits waiting for you. The immaculate script is blood red. I'm disappointed in Winston. Was it worth it? A permission slip. Sometimes splurging. Your son, Charlie, hovers at your elbow as you read. Do you find yourself striving to achieve? Are you an active member of the team? Do you like reaping the benefits of cooperation? Join the Advanced Go-Getters today. Forwards together. This doesn't sound like the youth club he told you about. Charlie grabs the flyer from the thrust of form with your hand. So I can walk there straight from school and Ben's sister could drop us home after so you won't have to do anything. I refuse to sign. Sorry, babe, but I don't think this is the right place for you. Hand it back to form. What? That is so unfair. Why? I know it seems that way, Charlie, but you'll understand soon enough. Charlies are gonna be so mad at me. Everybody's mad at me. Everybody's mad at me. Oh no! A domestic dilemma. It's one of your rare evenings in, and strangely, Charlie still isn't back at school. You knock on a bunch of students stuck upstairs without noticing no answer. Pushing the door up, you find a letter. Dear Charles, thank you for returning your parental permission form. Sam Winston has given permission to join the positive, proactive team that is the Advanced Go-Getters. You look forward to attending your first meeting. You'll be out and getting them in no time. Can you not talk to your spouse about this? Alex! A profitable partnership. After a fairly long day at work, you come home to find the post is sorted into piles, as Sam has taken to doing recently. Most of it is usual rubbish, but letter with it increased familiar Vance logo and urgent respond immediately plastered on the front and currently respond red grabs your attention. Best to get it over with. Dear Winston's residents, this letter is to inform you that the Vance government has taken another step forwards in our fight for equality by nationalizing the largest private corporations and redistributing their resources among the citizens of this great country. The Partnership Bonds program ensures the wealth created by the people is delivered to the people. You don't remember this being in the manifesto. Every household will become a partner in one of 3 carefully selected institutions chosen by Vance for consistent high performance and financial security. Please note all returns are based on your public opinion and cannot be guaranteed. Please select one of the following. Eye of the Beholder Incorporated. It's whether it's cosmetic, clothing, or culture, we see you know all our customers. Neil's Deals Unlimited. It's always a steal from Crazy Neil. Pleasure Corp. Our business is your pleasure. From sport to travel or even some new time, you can't say pleasure without leisure. We're gonna go Neil's, baby! Thank you for making your selection. Please return the form using the envelope provided. You will receive a report from your partnership in 3 to 6 working months. It seems even advance can't defeat the quagmire of governmental bureaucracy. Poor Neil. The future of the station is in partnership forged together. How much influence could you have? I guess I always need to put Neil's adverts on, huh? Oh, you step out of your old car in silence. Sam slams the door and you wince, hoping the car won't come off its hinges. Hoping the door won't come off its hinges. You don't say anything. Now it's not the time. As you approach the front desk, you feel physically sick. The police officer asks you to wait. Eventually, after what seems like an eternity, your daughter is brought out by the officer with a kind face. She's a good kid, but if we pick up for greed feed again, we're going to have to charge her. You nod and apologize on Susie's behalf, and some hugs your shell-shocked daughter. As you shake her hand, the officer lowers her voice. Keep her away from that boy, and I think she'll be fine. What boy? In your car, you attempt to broach the subject, but Susie refuses to say a word. After a while, you give up your questions about who this boy might be and just drive. Hours later, as you stare at the ceiling worryingly, the illness in the bedroom is the only sign that Sam is also wide awake. Who is Susie out with? Why is she acting this way? Why is she acting out? Neither of you are going to sleep tonight. Well, because I didn't let her go on the thing with her friend. With her friends. Loading tip guy is off today, so there isn't one. Okay. The best. Alright.
Good evening, Alex. It's Bozeman here, your boss. While you're powering up and getting the adverts loaded, I thought I should just tell you that we've had one of those public information films from the government, and it's mandatory that you play it. You still have a free choice for the other two, so read those tape labels carefully, but make sure you play the advance advert, preferably at the second break. Right, that's the lot. Have a great show. Total pimp. My God, that weather looks nasty.
Check your prostate.
Why are all men such pricks?
That well, eh?
Apparently he has a complicated relationship with his fish.
No. Sorry, are you saying he chose his imaginary friend in the sky over you?
I don't know why I talk to you.
It probably is a really awful date.
10 seconds, everybody. Like I said, all of you.
Did your personality accidentally slip out?
Pricks. Going in 5, 4, 3.
Good evening. I'm Jeremy Donaldson.
And I'm Megan Wolf. Our main stories tonight.
Uncooperative. A mysterious symbol has appeared overnight on thousands of buildings throughout the capital.
Tonight, in an exclusive live interview with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, I'll be asking what this mysterious...
Oh, now she's also in charge.
After 3 months of record-breaking approval ratings, could this be the daring first move of a silent resistance movement? And what would that mean as we go into the future?
We shall overcome. Trapped in Dante's taint for more than a month now, Doctors Ingrid Svorsborg and Horgensvoord and David Wong announced today that they're considering 2 possible options.
With 2 of the finest minds in science working together, hopes are still high for the eventual
Goodness,
return of the
Cat.
team to dry land.
I love you.
Without enough engineers to successfully fix their craft, the team seem likely to attempt to farm the cavern's ecosystem while they wait for rescue from above ground. I think I'll stick to risotto, Jeremy.
Bloodbath avoided. As the last Mr. Snugglehogs is found and destroyed, we ask, how could we have been so blind?
Fortunately, this station wisely chose not to advertise Mr. Snugglehugs, and the subsequent disappointing sales turned out to be a miracle, as only 7 children were horribly injured by the lethal toy. How much worse could it have been? Thankfully, we'll never know.
Questions have been raised about the government's judgment, with Prime Minister Peter Clement forced to apologise this morning for for seeming to endorse the self-combusting plaything in this publicity shot taken last Christmas. Let's hope it's news for
Wow. Fallen angel, notorious addict Johnny Hansleeve seems to have reached a new low in his battle with booze, as this recent picture reveals.
Johnny's star certainly lacks its former glow these days, with public concern over his mental and physical health growing at an alarming rate.
Let's hope that the team at the Gentle Touches Rehabilitation Centre can help Johnny get back
I'm
to
just.
his former glory.
Oh boy!
Johnny's family
Gotta
have
wait.
asked
Remember
for
this.
privacy during this difficult time. We'll have reporters at the clinic around the clock, so you don't miss a thing.
Is this once celebrated role model about to become the bad boy of sport?
And onwards and upwards. In an attempt to put the Mr. Snugglehugs disaster behind them, Rimington's Fist CEO Sophia Rimington today announced a brand new product that already has the markets buzzing with interest.
This groundbreaking product came as quite a shock when it was revealed earlier today, though its critics are skeptical that the young CEO can fulfill her promises.
When only a Flard will do, you need the Flardmaster 5000. That's the slogan accompanying the announcement that has rocked the construction industry this morning. The breakthrough device for aiding in installation is sure to change the way we see the humble Flard.
With that exclusive Prime Ministerial interview coming up later.
And our very own Patrick Bannon live at the first
6,
annual
5,
Sports Board final.
4,
You won't want to miss
3,
a second of tonight's
2. Oh fuck.
But first tonight, while Advance is certainly proving popular with the majority of the country, who've seen their wealth and standards of living increase considerably, for some, the transition has not been as pleasant.
That's right, Megan. The formerly aristocratic members of our society have had to make major adjustments to come to terms with the new regime.
Robin Short is in suburbia investigating rumours that these previously
Cat,
privileged
please do not
people
step on the
may be planning some
keyboard.
kind of protest. Robin?
Thanks, Megan. I'm here in moderate Hatchings to talk
Okay,
to Wentworth and Penelope Somerset Bentley, who were relocated to the house you see behind me after Advance passed the Assets and Wealth Act on their first day in office. Tell me, how are you settling into your new life?
Goodness.
Well, quite
Sorry.
frankly, Robin, we're not settling in at all. Our neighbours are whitewatters.
It's simply untenable. I hope you'll forgive my language, but this is steaming as a Wednesday hatch basket with
I love
too
you,
much
Cat.
spatting.
Steady now, Penelope. Sorry,
Oh,
Robin, my
fudge.
sister's under a lot of pressure. She had to
I couldn't get it.
this morning and she still hasn't quite recovered, Robin.
My goodness, that must have been quite a shock.
She really struggles with ribbons, Robin.
Well, at least you've been rehoused in a nice big house.
Big house? This grubby little gaddis spatch only has one staircase.
And a breakfast room and a dining room in the same bloody place. Imagine that, having all one's grub in one room. One room, Robin.
So what would you say to the people that feel that your family has had it far too easy for far too long? And that these
Here's the issue: is that we know that Chris wasn't given a house; like he was kicked out for rent. So.
But realistically, what can you do?
Well, you've asked the right wordy question, Robin.
Thank you, Wentworth. I wasn't the youngest ever editor of the Swinstead Middle School Inquirer for no reason.
I think our toilet butler was from Swinstead. Dear George. Oh, I wonder what happened to him. I remember! Daddy tried to shoot him in the buttocks and he ran off into the woods.
Oh, good times.
No, that's probably my last happy memory, Robin.
Tragic, but what can you do?
We will rise and rebel. We wage war on our revolting rulers with righteous words and rebellious writings. Our best guess in our quest for redress is to divest our breast in an undressed bare chest protest.
Oh, what's that?
Daddy! Daddy, it's Daddy!
Please don't do that. We can't show this on the news.
Right, you buggers! Carry-ho! Tilly! Get the dog!
Tilly's our mummy. She's proper cracked off too.
Well, at least you are showing some shame.
Free at last! Somerset Bentley, glad to meet you. See, the protest has started already. Nice sharp
There you
work,
go.
boy.
Thanks, Daddy.
He gets that from me, you know.
Oh my goodness.
And forgive me, what are you trying to achieve here?
We just want to be fucking well heard, that's all.
Language, Penelope. We are nude, not rude.
Sorry, Daddy.
We want the world to realise we won't roll over and run away. We will revolt. We will rise again.
Yes, we bloody well will. Stuff and pip-pop.
Are you okay?
Well, shut up and get your
Well, Jeremy, Megan, as this embryonic protest movement takes one in the toppling, it's back here in the studio. I'm Robin Short, struggling surreptitiously in moderate hatchings.
Thanks, Robin. Well, that's certainly a story we want to be keeping an eye on, eh, Megan?
Speak for yourself there, Jeremy, but I've seen enough shaft work to last me a lifetime.
I'm sure you have. But can a naked protest movement ever really catch on? It doesn't seem like the way we do things in this country.
But as I'm sure you're aware, Jeremy, this country is becoming a very different place.
Yes, but seriously, who's going to run around naked in our weather?
Well, hopefully not you, Jeremy.
Yes, well, there wouldn't be enough canvas for the slogans.
When we come back, our very
What
own
is
Pat
going
Pat
on here?
live from the Sports Board Finals. Stick around, you won't want to miss it.
We'll be back after these messages.
1 minute back. Oh, sorry, I'm busting. Oh.
She's funny.
Yes, I know. I think it's very endearing.
She wants your job.
She's welcome to it. Why is it raining on my desk?
Alex, Bozeman, we're getting reports in that naked protesters might try and spoil the sports board final by waving their fleshy bits about. Try and make sure you don't broadcast it. It's 6 p.m. for God's sake. No one wants to see fannies on the news.
Excellent.
Bozeman out.
Bozeman out. Aye, aye, boss man. Sleeping grade is like C, I believe. I'm doing terrible.
That's what it says.
Yes, I understand that, but I always say welcome back.
I think we should just keep it as it is.
Well, of course you do. I've got one hack line.
What's that supposed to mean? I didn't write it, Jeremy.
That's all right, fine. Jenny, there's something wrong with the auto cue.
10 seconds.
Oh, I just felt a drip again. Have they not fixed this?
Want to see us fry? It's good for the ratings.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back to the National Nightly News. I'm Megan Wolf.
I didn't know.
Coming up later, we'll be speaking to the Prime Ministers about their exciting new healthcare facilities, transition centres.
Nice to see they care.
You're absolutely right, Jeremy. But first, we're going now to our own Patrick Bannon, who's reporting live from the finals of the new game that's gripping the nation, Sports Board. Patrick?
That's right, Megan, you join me live here from the final of the first annual Sports Board Championship. It's been a hotly contested competition so far. I think it's fair to say these two have been dancing around each other all season. First up, we have Ellie Striker. She's the more experienced of our two players today. Striker has got an accuracy of 7, a danger rating of K, and a 12-month driving ban. Striker's known for her signature move, the Orangi hamster. And facing her tonight, hoping to prove himself with a career record of 12 outs, 14 finishes, and a divorce pending, it's Mr. Wingspan himself, Tommy, the Fingernail Harris. Just waiting on the ref now. The slapping ceremony is taking part.
What the heck?
Striker, of course, first to start as she won the trivia round earlier on by some margin. Harris, perhaps the brawn and not the brain. Stupid. Eddie Striker. Nice start there from Striker. She's determined not to let the nerves show. Not after last time. On to Mr. Harris now. Tommy. Using his arm to pick up the ball. Not a bad shot there from Harris. Back to Striker for shots number 3. All right. She's gone to sort of throwing under her legs. Not bad if you ask me.
Is that contact? Don't know why you complain. To Harris.
Bit of business with the ref, but it got sorted out. Back to Harris now. A ball in the hand is worth 2 in the bush.
Football. Move back.
I'd say that's fair, but what do I know? Oh no, and Harris is not going to be happy with that. So really not a good start there for Tommy Harris in round 1. We can only hope that round 2 treats him a bit better. But first, of course, after the argument with the ref section, it's time to change ends. Now we have the ceremonial changing of the ends. And of course, now they go back to the starting positions, as that makes sense.
Does that make sense? Uh-huh.
Striker giving it large.
Second round, Harris.
We're into round 2 now with Harris. Okay, we seem to have some sort of streaker on the pitch. Apologise if we broadcast any of that stuff. She appears to have slogans across her breasts and arse. Try and ignore all of that. Security, I'm sure we're going to take them out as soon as possible. Apologise if we broadcast any of that. As I said, we're going to get the situation resolved as soon as possible. They're trying to carry on play, but it's proving a bit difficult, and I'm struggling to follow. Because it's quite an eyesore, and women's bodies, yeah. All right, great. Okay, so back into round 2 now, and Harry's absolutely determined to close that massive gap. Eddie Striker. No, it's just some of the tightest play I've seen ever. Harris. And was that the fitted thumb screw? We haven't seen that since the heats. What a brilliant move. Back to Striker. And we know what that means, ladies and gentlemen. That is, of course, the ground sound. Excellent bit of play here on both sides of the bucket. I don't know about you at home, but I'm finding the technical mastering display here absolutely blooming jaw-dropping. The ref has spotted something in Harris's neck or head. And Harris is having an absolute shocker. What a miserable start there for Tommy Harris. But he is a late bloomer, of course, the boys said that. And after all, it is a game of 2 halves, 4 rounds and 7 subgenres. But now, of course, it's time for the half-time show. Sponsored by Brimington Fit.
On my whistle, on my whistle.
Nice piece of music here to start the half-time show. Okay, another posh protester loose on the court here. We can only apologise for that. We'll do our best to shield you from having to look directly at it. He's running around here with his genitals on display for all to see. And ruining what was shaping up to be quite the dance interlude there. Now he's thrusting himself in Harris's face. Security is on it. And the bucket has been knocked over! I cannot stand it when the bucket gets knocked over. Hopefully he'll get taken out now. Genitals flying around for all to see. Really, if you ask me, not Sunday morning television. And out of there, hopefully taken away, never to be seen again.
Final poses. Ball boy cannot be in the final pose.
And a lovely finish there on both sides of the bucket. I wouldn't like to call that one. And as we head into round 3, I'd love to know what's going on in these 2 players' heads. But unfortunately, because of science, we can't.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Not bad.
You two are first. You two are first.
So that ball boy's giving me the eye all day. I don't know what's going on there. Striker there, not a great start. She looks a bit flustered, I think, after all that swinging around. Back to Harris here. But what I wouldn't give to
Ooh.
Right, ladies. Tommy Harris. And it dribbled down his arm, which is actually a really good move, because of course if it dribbles down his arm and goes on the floor, it's not going in the bucket.
So they're trying to miss the bucket? Is that what's going on here?
And Striker's gone for the animal bonus there, but of course perhaps... And yes, Harris has come in with a tiny bell. That is wonderful play. Of course we've seen that before. Look at her face. She is absolutely gutted. What a mud. That could have been the clincher. What a massive shame.
Harris receives possession now.
Harris to serve now. Harris, of course, undefeated by Kestrel in his last 4 battles. So, here we go. Tommy Harris. That's all right. Not bad there. He threw it quite far away from him, which is quite a good idea. Very clever there. Perhaps a little contact. Caution from the referee, who's being, if you ask me, a little bit harsh. Ellie Striker. And she's let the nerves get to her. What the hell was that? You hate to see it, don't you? You cannot believe it. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, like, I mean, this is a mess now. I don't know what I can be doing about this. I mean, sort of breasts and genitals for all to see. I mean, there's only so much I can do. They're sort of everywhere, aren't they? All right, I'll try and carry on. The players trying to carry on, but of course it's difficult because these protesters are hoping we can get them taken off soon so we can carry on with the match. What's going on here? Yes, yes.
We want our money.
Yes, very good. Take them away. Bloody wasters, absolute wasters.
Okay.
Oh, jog on!
This is the mine round.
It's an absolute bloody... Okay, and now we're going to go into the final round, and of course,
Okay. I think we got limited.
Nice imaginary shot there from Harris. It really could go anywhere at this point. Really high level play here from two absolute juggernauts of the sport.
Hold.
The bucket getting moved back to its proper place. About time, if you ask me. She's juggling it around from her hands. Interesting. Juggling it around from her hands. And she's put it in her mouth like as if it was an egg. And now she's and she spat it out. She did the egg spit. So a wonderful move there, quite late on.
Ew, disgusting.
But she's in it to win it. On it like a car bonnet. Tommy Harris here, having a bit of beef. And he's peeling it as if it were a banana, which is an interesting move. Not sure if he hasn't had his potassium or what's going on today with Harris. And he's throwing it, and the banana was the ball! What a fantastic move there from Harris. Unfortunately, that is the end. What a pathetic, there we go, Jeremy, that is over. How can he look his 8-year-old son in the face tonight? What a lump. We just have to wait for the referee now to announce it to make sure it is all official.
Contestants in, please. And the winner of the first annual Sports Board Championship is... everyone!
Okay, the ref has decreed once again a win for everyone, including me as my 15th win in the Sports Board Championship. I'm going to be celebrating tonight with my wife and children.
What is going on?
Security to collect their medals. Sports Board Championships. What more is there to say? I'm Patrick Bannon. Looking forward to celebrating tonight. And all I have to say, Jeremy, is back to you in the studio.
Patrick Bannon had an extraordinary final.
Historic sports board, Jeremy.
I didn't know you were a fan.
Oh, yeah, I can wrench a doubler with the best of them, I'll have you know.
I certainly wouldn't bet against you.
When we come back, I'll be talking live with Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement, who apparently have a big announcement you wouldn't want to miss.
That's coming up after these messages.
1 minute back.
Fucking microphone struck me.
What?
Fucking microphone just struck me.
Who?
Where's that sound guy?
Sabi.
Everything okay?
Oh, the mics are just trying to kill us now, apparently.
You'll be fine. You're unshockable.
I'm immune to your cheap flattery.
I'm wearing you down.
Boozman again. Just heard from the chaps in maintenance that this storm is causing the odd power surge. Some of your controls might be a bit dangerous. Now, I know you're tough and you can take the odd shock for the sake of a perfect news broadcast, but too many in quick succession can stop the old ticker. I'm sure you'll make the right decisions. Boozman out.
Buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there. Triple C.
We'll look into it.
Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolf, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolf.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks.
Oh, I'm muted. It's gone dangerous, y'all.
Mr. Clement on your left.
Right,
And now I've got to, I assume, do everything all at once. Oh, I can't touch that apparently.
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine.
Have you had a little accident?
She's your cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know how to be happy.
We're working hard to reach these people, find out what they're angry about and how we can help. The door to my government is always open.
Someone's tripping on me.
But we didn't come here to talk about what may yet turn out to be some alternative arts project.
Which we no doubt will have funded.
When we want to talk to the nation about something far more exciting.
Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make, but they were being surprisingly secretive about it.
Let me ask you a question, Megan.
Oh, okay, it's not usually how it works, but...
What scares you? I mean, really scares you?
It's death.
Oh. Oh.
It's part of being
That scared me.
Sorry, are you saying that advance have cured death?
That'll be a vote winner. Yeah, that was definitely a drop there.
But while we may not have cured death, we hope we found a way to make it much less scary.
And much less painful and much less expensive. Look, which is me close-up camera?
Oh,
there?
sorry, yes, it's camera 4.
When I was 13, my mum came and got me from school. He had to go to the hospital.
3,
my granddad,
4.
He'd collapsed that morning, so we'd all to say our goodbyes. And I went in to see him. We were all frail and pale. I was scared because I'd only seen him the week before, and he'd been fit as fiddle. And he said to me, Peter, he said, it's the right time. I don't ever want to be a burden to the people I love.
Was that the last time you saw him?
Nope, 3 days later we were back home. He lived with us for 9 miserable years after that. He had to be fed with a rubber spoon. He had a commode, so he'd just take a shit right there in the lounge while we were watching football. He wouldn't even wait till half time.
That sounds...
It was awful. It was awful for us, and this is the point. It were awful for him. He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he wouldn't beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
Oh.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to.
I don't like this where this is going.
The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for.
I don't like this.
By the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important. This is a service only for people who choose it. For people who feel they've run their course and don't want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline.
Ah, fuck.
He's just given me electric shock.
Are you okay?
I don't know. I think it's from my asshole.
We're still on the air, Peter.
Yes. Sorry. My apologies. Oh.
Are you not worried that this
I got a shot.
system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Sorry, I've got a skin. Can I get a little bit of help here? Please.
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
It's a no-shell face, fucker. That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... with a rusty twat.
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
Oh.
You really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
I don't like that.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all the winners at the Sports Board final. We'll see you tomorrow night at the same time. My name is Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody.
Oh, did I die?
So they just... I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I stopped the leak.
They just die? Nope. Apparently I did great, the one where I was almost dying. Well, there's a storm going on. Apparently everything was electrified and I couldn't take too many hits. Your full wages. Current wealth, well off. Shares. Was that Crazy Neil's deals? I think so. So we gotta play Neil's adverts, by the way, if we want money. Yes. Oh. Apparently we've given the protest people some, Job still likes me, so that's good. Sports board. I really want the PMs in the studio. I think it's getting a little easier for me to tell what's going on. I'm gonna also, wow, it's already been 2 hours, like 40 minutes.
So sorry about all these buckets. We seem to have sprung a leak. Well, several, actually.
You're going to need a whole new lining up there. Triple sealed, I shouldn't wonder.
We'll look into it.
Prime Minister, it's so good to see you again.
Miss Wolfe, your star seems to be in the ascendant.
It's a great time to be alive.
Too bloody right, Peter Clement.
Megan Wolfe.
My, but that's a firm handshake you've got there.
She's tougher than she looks. Am I here?
Here, with Mr. Clement on your left.
Right you are, pet. Is your seat damp?
10 seconds, everybody.
No, mine's fine. Have you had a little accident?
Cheeky cow.
5, 4, 3.
Welcome back. I am delighted to be joined by Prime Ministers Julia Salisbury and Peter Clement. Welcome to the National Nightly News, Prime Ministers.
Oh, please, it's just Julia and Peter.
We don't believe much in titles. It doesn't seem very advanced.
We're delighted to be here.
Well, firstly, I should ask how you feel about the graffiti that's been springing up across the capital. Should we be worried?
Oh, no, you definitely shouldn't be worried.
Well, not unless you've got a fatal paint allergy anyway.
But yes, it does seem that there are still some people we haven't been able to help.
You know, whingers mostly.
People who've yet to benefit from the many advantages of the new future.
And you know, Megan, as my old mum used to say, there are some pissants who just don't know.
Okay.
Right. Yes, your office briefed us that you have an announcement to make about.
So
Let me ask
apparently
you a question, Megan.
they're having
afraid of our
transition
deaths. It's
centers
part
where
of
the
being
elderly
human.
basically, I guess.
Sorry, are you saying that advanced?
So here's the thing, is that they have transition centers that apparently where the elderly go, and all legal and will stuff is taken care of by those centers. And so you'd be like, okay, so they're gonna go there, and I guess they would assume that like somebody's gonna help them like write their will in case they don't have a will or something like that. But they're gonna go there, and then they're gonna like, oh, you're gonna donate some of your money to the center, like to Advance, right? Because we're taking care of you. If they at all were given them the choice. So, I'm
cured.
Make it much less.
He could see it was destroying me, man, watching him slowly fade away. And he would beg her to turn off his breathing equipment at night, but she couldn't, or she wouldn't. It were a crime, you see. And she didn't want to lose the children, as well as her old man.
No family should have to suffer like Peter's did. And now no family will have to. The health service is today opening the first of 300 new transition centres.
300?
The transition centres will handle everything for your last days. The legal, financial, medical and emotional costs are all catered for and paid for by the government. So even the poorest citizen gets to pass on with dignity when they choose.
And that choice is important.
Yes.
This is a want to burden themselves or their families with a slow, long, humiliating decline into an undignified...
Jesus fuck! This microphone pack has just given me an electric shock!
Are you okay?
I don't know, I think I fried my asshole!
Oh, we're still on the air, Peter.
No, yes, sorry, my apologies all.
Are you not worried that this new system might be open to abuse?
In what way?
Well,
Shit! Nuts! Sorry, I got zapped again. Can I get a little bit of help here, please?
That the older generation might feel somewhat...
Jesus, a Rochelle face fucker! That one was massive. Right, no, this bastard's coming off.
That the older generation might feel somewhat coerced.
Coerced into spending their final days eating gourmet food and drinking fine wine and luxury spas and gardens.
Look, I am perfectly capable of... Oh, fuck! My grandmother with a rusty twat!
Prime Minister, please watch your language.
For fuck's sake!
Go get yourself sorted out.
Right.
We're launching a government information film tonight. It should tell your viewers everything they need to know.
Oh, you really do move at a breathless pace. It's hard to believe you've yet to be in office a year.
Oh, Megan, we're only getting started.
And on that note, thank you both so much for being here. Jeremy.
Right, yes, that's all we have time for tonight. Thank yous go out to our guests. Congratulations to all
Jeremy's
the winners
not
of the
looking
Sports
well.
World Final. And we'll see you tomorrow night at the same
He also
time.
got shocked too.
My name's Jeremy Donaldson. If you can, have a peaceful night.
And we're out. Good job, everybody. So they just...
It seems so.
I don't suppose there's any way this could be a good thing.
It's for my nephew, so we transitioned the moment I saw the leak.
Yep. Okay, not great. Being on how you behave at work and at home. The lockdown? Am I stuck in the office? What's going on here?
Alex, oh thank God you're alive. It's Jenny, the floor manager. Are you okay? Alex, you need to get it together. Look at the broadcast screen.
Okay.
Just look at it. That's all we've been putting out since you went down. You have to fix it, now. Look left, Alex, out the window. See? They're all over it, little bastards. You're going to need a full charge to clear that many off. Hold down the big button until it's fully charged.
What?
Then release it to zap the little fuckers.
What are we talking about? What is going on?
Excellent, Alex. We're broadcasting again. They must have built up while you were napping. Usually it only takes a tap on the button to clear one. Look, there's a lone one climbing now. Zap it off before it starts to mess up the signal again.
What?
Great. That seems to be the last of them. For now. Right. We're about a minute out. Get the adverts loaded up. I've got to deal with my pet idiot. And Alex, keep your ears open. You'll hear them climbing up the tower. Don't let them build up.
Alright, hold up. Alright, I think this is where we're gonna call it for today. I don't know what's going on here, but yeah, I think that's what we're gonna call it for today. I will get stuff figure out what I'm gonna do next week. I might I might have to hold off on playing this game, especially on YouTube. I might have to get a Twitch channel up and running. I'm not sure how much trouble I'm going to be in for quite a few of the parts that have played here today. So, yeah, we might have to take a look at that and see what I can do. But I might have to get a Twitch channel up and running, unfortunately. Thankfully, I'm not monetized, so that's not an issue. But yeah, we'll see. I may have to get Twitch up and running because I'm not sure if YouTube will allow some of this stuff to be out. Okay, but thank you for watching. Toasty, if you're still watching. I have no clue what's going on here. I think it just turned into a scary game at some point. But I will post out stuff later for this week. We're going to play some more Strange Horticulture. Hopefully finish that game up this week. And then get some other things scheduled. And we'll see. I do have maybe another game lined up. But okay. Alright. Well, thank you for watching if you're watching. If you're from the future, how you doing? Have a good night. Bye-bye. Yeah, I don't know, I guess there's like weird arm thing creatures climbing the thing. We'll see. Anyway, so bye-bye. 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 Yes, cat.